Hey guys! Still farming. Farming. Forgot how long it takes to do some things. It's nice. Especially this music. It's so chill. There were quite a few games that I left unfinished. Kind of debating whether or not going back and continuing those. Like, there was Kana, which I was highly enjoying that. It's absolutely beautiful. I would like to finish that, because I never finished those games after I stopped recording. I didn't want to keep playing them without posting them, because they were for the channel. And I always wanted to come back. So I was like, oh, I'll just keep playing those or something, so... I don't know, maybe I'll pick those back up one at a time or something. Do like Tales of Arise first, finish that, and then jump back into Scarlet Nexus or something. For now, I can just say they're on like hiatus. And then maybe go back and do those. We'll see. There might just be too many new games that I want to do. But we will find out. It's kind of just gonna be a second where I see what's going on between life and trying to start this back up. I did buy I bought a new webcam for it, and I have a... Where am I going? I also got a mic. Like, I got a Blue Yeti. So that's kind of nice. Figured I'd give it a pretty good effort for a restart. Some upgraded equipment didn't sound like a bad idea. Ah! I've also started up a D&D campaign. Every time I've ever tried to start up a D&D campaign, it just fell apart, which that's mostly what you'll hear from people nowadays, is they either have a really good standing group or every single one of their things just fall apart. Although granted, sometimes it was our fault it fell apart, because there was one time we tried to get like 3 different time zones to come together. That was not gonna work. We had like a few people here where I live, and then we had like a few people on the other side of the country, and then we had 2 people all the way in Sweden. Yeah, so that did not go well. It was very well planned. Very not well planned. But I have never been able to really find a DM. And that's usually the problem, is you find a lot of people that want to play, but not a lot of people that want to DM. So I bit the bullet, and I was like, screw it. I will DM. Oh. I was like, what the hell was that? Oh, don't you dare try to get in here, sir. But I decided to try my hand at DMing. We had our first session a few days ago. Maybe a week at this point, something like that. And I don't know why I keep putting them in like different spots. And it went surprisingly well. Like, I'm making my own campaign. I'm not gonna use a preset campaign, although I probably should have, but by the time I was thinking that maybe I should have, I had already like come up with an idea, and I was like, I kind of like that. I kind of want to do that. I want to see where that goes. So, oh, right. Let's get rid of that, actually. Inventory management. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of writing a campaign. I've got a good chunk of it done, and where I'm going, but it'll obviously take quite some time to actually finish it properly. But for now, one of my people in my group, she is about to have a baby. So I was like, let's do some one-shots first, let you take care of that, and then after you feel good to come back, we can actually start the campaign I'm making for all of this. We already have our characters all created and everything, so I started them off with the starter set, which I had not gotten to use yet. I bought it years and years and years ago. Maybe even like when it first came out, I purchased it. But you know, it's got the Mines of Fendelver in it, and I'd never played that. I've heard it played because I listen to a podcast, The Adventure Zone. It's amazing. I know everybody's like, oh, but Critical Role. Dude, The Adventure Zone's awesome. They're my favorite. Critical Role, I'm sure, is great, and one day I will watch it. I love Matt Mercer. But The Adventure Zone, The Adventure Zone and the McElroy boys, they're incredible. They're so funny. Highly recommend it. I actually have a whole sleeve of tattoos that I'm doing for it. I draw them myself, and then I get them tattooed, and one day, I will go see the McElroy boys live, or at like a meet and greet or something, and I'm gonna pull it up and be like, check it! Did all this myself, and then got it tattooed. And then I'm gonna ask them where they want their names, because I would like their signatures to go on the sleeve. And I will let them pick out where they're going to have their name on my arm. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if it all comes to fruition. But yeah, they're super great. Love them. They started their campaign, their first campaign anyway. It was called The Adventure Zone Balance. They started that by doing the Mines of Fendelver starter pack. Or starter adventure. And then they just like went on from there. So I'd heard it played. So I was like, I would be comfortable doing like a one-shot of this or something. I didn't realize it was such a long adventure. It's for levels 1 through 5. So I didn't realize it was going to be that long. I had to work out some things, and like I removed 2 whole dungeons from it, and like a lot of the, like all of the side quests, and just like changed a lot of things around so that I could make it shorter. But even doing that, our first session did not even come close to finishing it. We barely, like, I don't even know if we got 25% of the way through it. Just way too much. Way too long. To go through, like, fights and things. So, but it was a huge success. It was so much fun. And these are all first-time players, except for one has some, oops, right, I don't want to jump on this. One person has, like, some experience doing it, but for the most part, like, everybody's new to it, and they weren't sure if they were gonna like it, or this or that, and it turned out great. We had so much fun, and we already have references. I expected to play for, like, a few hours. I was there for 11 hours. And I was standing the whole time, because we didn't really have, like, the best setup. It was, like, a really skinny table, and I just had my stuff on it, and then they were sitting on a couch on that side, and then there was a chair on this side, but the table's really tall, so I was, like, sitting down, and I'd be like, this. So I just stood up the whole time and, like, got really into the acting of it, and it was so much fun. It was incredible. I didn't know if I could DM, but after that, I think I'll be okay. It was super fun. Okay, anyway, let's do Minecraft-related discussions, now that we're not farming. That looks okay. I don't think that looks too bad. Do I want to do this side? I might want to do that side too. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's do this side a little bit. You have also grown. And I also have a name for you. You shall be Caden. So we've got Caden, Garrus, Thane, and Tolly. I don't know, the orange cats just look like boys to me. Like this one over here. The sleepy orange and white fluff boy over here. He's just off the camera, you can't see him, but he's right here. Sleeping on a little cat pedestal that I have next to my computer. Because when I'm playing video games, he must be there. I'm happy to be playing Minecraft again. I've had the Minecraft bug for a little bit, but I just haven't gotten on and played it. Or too many other things. Like Baldur's Gate and Dream Valley and Lies of P, which I still need to beat that. I'm maybe 75% of the way? Really good though. I've highly enjoyed it. Very good Souls-like game. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I still need to beat that before I forget all the mechanics and everything. It's been like a week since I played it, because I started playing Dreamlight and got super stuck. It's on there every day. Like, I got off work yesterday, came home, sat down, got on Dreamlight after eating, and blinked, and it was nightfall, and it was so and so many hours later, and I was starving. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell happened? Where did time go? Just absorbed all of my time. But I will say my biggest goal was I wanted to get Elsa in my village. I love Elsa. I know it's a very again, like Astarion, it's a very a big opinion of like, oh, Frozen's like a great Disney movie and all the kids watch it all the time, and it definitely blew up a lot. And they're already making 2 more movies, which is crazy. You don't even have the 3rd one out, and you're like, yeah, we're making a 4th one. Okay. A little concerned about that. Like, I don't know, the first one was good. The second one was amazing. It's better than the first. You guys can say what you will, but my opinion, the second one is way better than the first, and Elsa is awesome. Anna really came a long way in that one too. Like, that was very good. But, yeah, I was very excited to get her in my village. And now she's the person I bring around with me everywhere. I'm almost already... I've only had her for like 24 hours or something, and I've already almost gotten her to level 10 friendship. Which is like the max friendship at the moment, I think. Which they just had a big expansion, so that should be fun. More things for me to... More things for me to discover and do. Like Jafar. He's supposed to be the big villain in this one. So that'll be cool, because I like the villains. Like Ursula in Gothel and Scar. Oh my god, Scar in Dreamlight Valley is great. He is such a sarcastic jerk, and I love it. Every second of it. But it's surprisingly a good game. Typically games that are based on like cartoons or animated movies or anything like that, they don't really do too great. Most of them anyway, I don't really like. But they did very good with this. It's very nice having like an Animal Crossing-esque game or a RuneScape-esque game or whatever, but with like characters that you know from movies. It's actually pretty nice. No! What are you? Why are you like just chilling? Are you not? Huh. He did not attack me. Interesting. You know, I didn't think about it until now, but it's been such a long time since I've talked on here that a lot has happened. Like, I've traveled and seen things and gone to national parks and Las Vegas and all kinds of stuff. It just came to me that you guys don't know about that. I haven't spoken about that or anything really in quite some time. Yeah, so I have a boyfriend. His name is Michael. He's a pretty cool guy. But a lot of stuff that Tyler and I used to do was talk about things, or like I would talk about things and like we would never really do them, like traveling. Like I always wanted to travel. There's a reason I play so many video games. I love adventure and like going and do things, like reading books and TV shows and all these other things are my adventuring from home, because I was like, I could never afford to go and do these things. Like who on a salary like this like can afford to go and on these vacations and do this and that? Well, that's changed. I actually can do those things now. Michael is one of those people that he loves to hike and go out and do things, and I've been able to see how people do that now, like with a lower budget and everything, like actually go to Las Vegas for so many days and be able to enjoy the trip. And oh, I'm going way too far. Having someone to travel with has been really nice. Like he will set up a lot of the like where we're going, the itinerary and stuff. He's pretty organized about all that. And then we just go and see the stuff. Like going to Las Vegas was the first, like, well, I guess I went to New York once, and that was like a first proper vacation, but man, it was jam-packed full of stuff and we had to go the whole time. But it was very, very incredible. Love New York. It was absolutely an amazing experience. But yeah, Las Vegas was also very, very cool. We only went for, what was it, like a few days, I think, like maybe like 3 days or something like that, but it was really awesome. I had a couple of friends that had like the previous year or so had moved out there, so I got to stop there and see them. We ate at this cool restaurant. Gosh, what was it? It was Sicky's Garage or something like that. Delicious. That was definitely my favorite food that I ate while we were out there. It was so good. They have like burgers and stuff, like special burgers and things, and it was so delicious. Highly recommend if you ever go to Las Vegas. It's so good. I think they also have like more of them other places, but Las Vegas is where I had mine. But that was super good. Got to say hi to friends and stuff. And then we spent, I think it was the first day we were there, we spent and just walked the entire strip. I got to see the Bellagio fountains and recorded that. That was super awesome. And then went to Fish and Chips, Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips. And that was incredible. So we took the fish and chips back to the hotel room, right? We were staying, I think it was the Flamingo. Yeah, we were staying in the Flamingo. And, we took back the fish and chips to the Flamingo, ate and everything, left it in there. I think that's the day we hiked. We had a big hike planned. Either way, we left it there, and it was there for a little while we were out of the room. So by the time we got back in the room, the smell, we walked through the door and the smell just hit us. And it smelled, there's not really an elegant way of putting it. I'm gonna let you guys assume what I'm talking about. But it had a particular smell, quite fishy, and it was very strong. And it hits you as soon as you open that door, and the reaction was great. I walked in first, and I'm like... And then from behind me, I just hear, "Good morning, ladies!" And I was immediately just started dying laughing. It was incredible. I can't even, like, really describe the smell. It was just... We immediately grabbed the bag, took it out, and gave it to a cleaning lady. We're like, never again. We need to not... Ooh, puppy dog. We need to not forget that there's food in there. Because that was pretty bad. But yeah, I think it may have been the day we hiked. I don't remember. But we did hike a mountain. That was one of our days. We hiked a mountain in Red Rock Canyon, I think it is. Just across the way from Las Vegas. Turtlehead Peak was the one we hiked. It was absolutely beautiful. It's only like a 2-mile hike, but it's pretty steep. Ooh. But yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. You could see the strip and everything from up there. I highly enjoyed it. And then later that day, we went to a show. The show we went and saw was Piff the Magic Dragon. And he was... I guess I should go sleep before I try to find this dog. But yeah, we went to see Piff the Magic Dragon. I had seen Piff, I don't even know how many years ago, on America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent, or one of those two. I always get them mixed up. But I watched him on there. Absolutely loved his act. He's incredibly funny. And when we were driving in, we were going into our hotel, and I had no idea, but apparently Piff was contracted, he might still be, contracted with Flamingo. So he got like a permanent show at Flamingo. So when we were coming around to park in the car park, there was just this giant sign that had Piff the Magic Dragon on it, and I squeed so loud. Just, oh my god, it's Piff! Michael's like, who the hell is Piff? And I'm like, he was a magician on Got Talent. And I was freaking out, and I was like, there's no way that I would be able to get tickets, right? Because we were thinking about going and seeing a show. We didn't know what. We were thinking like one of the Cirque shows or something. But I looked up, and yep, sure enough, there were shows available for the 3 days that we were there. And not just that, they were VIP ticket shows available. They weren't that badly priced either. I don't remember what I paid, but they were not badly priced at all. So I was like freaking out, and I was like, Michael, can we watch Piff? Can we do that? Like, are you okay with the magic show? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. So I bought us both VIP tickets. And yeah, like I said, I think we did the hike or whatever and ate, and then went to the show. Maybe that was it. I think it was the next morning after that was whenever the fish and chips story happened. But I got dressed up, we went to the show. Piff was hilarious, as always. Absolutely fantastic act. Highly recommend that if you go to Las Vegas. He is wonderful and a super nice guy. Like, when you meet people like that, you never know if they're actually going to be cool or chill, or where is this dog? I saw him and now I can't find him. Yeah, Piff is incredibly nice. He made it a point after the show. He was up there. He's like, hey, I don't care. I'm going to be there until, I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to be there until every single person has had their item signed, or they say hello, or whatever you would like. And there was, obviously merch that you could purchase, like posters and things, out in the front. I actually bought a poster out there because once I learned that he would do signings, I was like, hell yeah, I would love to have a signed poster from Piff. So I ended up buying... Ooh, okay, I thought I was going to fall into a ravine there for a second, and I was like, I'm dead. So dead. I guess I'm going to give up on this dog. I don't know where he is. I know he's in this part of the forest, but I'm not hearing him or seeing him anywhere. So I guess we're going to abandon that. Hey, pumpkins! I will take those, however. Ow. My sprint. Anyway, yeah, he stood there and waited. Like, it was a huge line, and it sucked because we had VIP tickets. So that means we're sitting in the very front. But that also means you're the very last person to leave. So Michael and I were all the way in the back and had to wait on everybody getting through. But yeah, sure to his word, he stayed until every last person went through. And it was, when I got up there, I'm a nervous person already. Like, I have anxiety and all that, and I just, meeting somebody like that, I'm not gonna, like, I know that they're busy and I don't want to inconvenience them. Like, I know they've already got enough people, fawning and, like, going crazy and fangirling and everything. I don't want to, like, cause them any, they're just people, and I don't want to inconvenience them, because I respect them. So, when I got up there, I wanted a selfie and, like, a picture and all that sort of stuff. Well, they took pictures of us with him, but then they were pretty much moving on to the next person. And Michael was like, well, didn't you want a selfie? And Piff heard this, or heard something along these lines, and turned around away from the next people and was like, wait, did you want something else as well? Like, did you want something? And Michael was like, yeah, she kind of wanted a selfie. And I'm sitting there like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, get over here. And he, like, grabbed me, put an arm around me, and took my phone, and we took a picture together. Super nice guy. Like, genuinely seems to care and, like, wants to be kind to his fans. Oops. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I have the poster and the pictures and everything, but they're near me, but they're in, like, a drawer in a filing cabinet over here, and I'm not gonna try to fight and try to get those out right now. Killian's fast asleep in front of them, and he does not budge. He is definitely an orange cat. He's a fat, chubby boy. Well, he's not actually that fat, to be honest. He's just a big cat. He's just huge. He's just a really big cat. He's not necessarily, like, fat. He's just really large. Like, I would not be surprised if they told me that he had part Maine Coon in him or something. Speaking of the VIP tickets, though, it was cool because we walked in and they had people, like, helping everybody to their seats and everything, and he saw my VIP tickets. Like, I showed him the, from Ticketmaster on my phone. I, like, pulled it up and showed it to him, and he's like, follow me. Like, VIP, follow me. Led us all the way up to the very front table. Which was both kind of good and bad, because... Hello? Why are you guys, like, friendly now? Is it because I have a shell? Is that a thing? What if I dropped this? Oh, that's the wrong one. What if I took this and dropped it? Am I evil then? I don't remember these guys being, like, docile. I remembered them being very vicious and throwing tridents at me and stuff. Maybe I've missed something. I don't know. Melon! Yeah, Las Vegas was an incredible experience. Really liked that. Egg Slut? Egg Slut's pretty good. It's expensive. And you might have quite a bit of a wait if you go there, but it's really good as well. I don't remember what it's called, but there's, like, this thing that you dip. It's like a bread that you dip in some sort of, like, egg concoction, and it's delicious. So good. There were so many other places that I wanted to go eat, but we just didn't have the time. Like an In-N-Out Burger? I've never had an In-N-Out Burger. And I didn't really think about it until we were leaving, because we passed one. And I was like, oh my god, they have In-N-Out! I would love to go there! And he's like, I wish you had told me before we were leaving. I would have taken you there. Because he's been there a few times. He used to travel quite a bit, before I met him. And now he's introducing me to all the travel-y things, and I'm very grateful for it. Like, recently we flew into Minnesota, went to the Mall of America. Incredible. I spent so much money. I knew I was going to. I spent so much money, and most of it was on, like, D&D stuff. Because they just had this really cool D&D shop, and there's no shops like that around me. Like, the area I live in is just nerd desolate. Like, there are still nerds here, but it's mostly just there's no shops for the nerds. So I keep doing that. I don't need to press that for my inventory. Beats. Let's do more beats. Yeah, I bought like some D&D stuff and all this other stuff, and they had a giant Crayola store. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I knew the M&M store existed because I saw one in New York, but Crayola, I had no idea that Crayola just like had a giant store like that. It was pretty neat. They had like Crayola stuff everywhere, and then they had the Nickelodeon like amusement park in there. That was pretty neat. And I didn't even do this on purpose. It was a complete accident. I had no idea. I was wearing an Avatar The Last Airbender shirt when I went to the mall, so it was perfect. I wish there had been more Avatar stuff there. Although there was a pretty cool like TMNT thing though, like a ride. But yeah, we did that the first day. Flew into Minnesota. Went to Mall of America. Then we drove all over North and South Dakota. We went to a whole bunch of different parks, like Wind Cave National Park. Teddy Roosevelt National Park was our favorite. It had so many animals. Like, I saw wild horses. I love horses, so I was freaking out the whole time. But yeah, Teddy Roosevelt National Park, incredible. Another high recommendation. Then there was... So, Teddy Roosevelt was the best for, like, experience all around, like, animals and everything. But the most beautiful place we went was Custer Park. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Like, when I say the dirt sparkled, I literally mean the dirt sparkled. That's how incredible it was. It sparkled. Like, dirt, of all things. We also did a pretty big hike there. It was Black Elk Peak. There's like a fire watch tower. It's like a... I think it wasn't an 11-mile hike, was it? Was it 7? I think it's like a 7-mile hike or something like that. We were sick that day though, so we were dying the entire time. Well, I think the farm, or at least the crop farm, is pretty okay. It's pretty sizable. Looks like for the most part, all of it's pretty good on water. There's a few places like right here that I might need to do some work on. But for the most part, I think it's done. Should have plenty of crops coming in.
Let me hit you with the...